Hey guys, happy day after St. Patrick's Day. Hope everybody had fun yesterday. Um, the Q&A for today is I got about three, four kind of points I want to cover. The first one is I've been getting only today, actually last night and this morning, I've been getting three. I got three emails about the support and resistance indicator, and three people said that their antivirus software said, hey, there's a virus here when they downloaded this. And actually, two of those three said the same about the range charts indicator. Now, for the for the range chart indicator, like over 1,000 people, well over 1,000 people have downloaded that, and I've never gotten anybody say that there was a virus. Their antivirus software didn't pipe up and say, hey, there's something going on here. So I I don't know what to tell them. I have it naturally on my both boxes I have, and the support and resistance. Same thing. I don't know. Like there's only there's three of you. Pardon me. There's three guys who have emailed me, and I just don't know what to say. Um, I think there's more than three people that have downloaded it. So I guess, and I want to make sure that other people know that somebody's getting that kind of a warning. And again, I don't understand why. It's certainly not from me. There's nothing malicious on my part. Um, I don't understand why it's doing that. So I guess the safest thing is don't install it. That's the safest thing. I have it on mine, and I know lots of people who have it on theirs, on their computers, and everything seems to be fine. But for whatever reason, if it's showing bad things for you, then I guess the prudent thing is to stay away. So I guess that's all I can tell you. I've seen this once in a while with anything EX4 or EXE. Anything .ex seems to rattle some chains with some of the antivirus software. So maybe that's it. I really don't know. I really don't know. And I'm sure that these people have downloaded other EX4 files and it's been fine. So I'm really at a loss. I don't know what to tell them other than I guess stay away. That's all I can tell you. So that's that. I wanted to let everybody know about that, which seems odd, but for the three people, it sucks, but it is what it is. I got some emails about the indicator itself, and people associate right away an indicator with a strategy. Well, this in this case, it can be used for that, but it was more just to help people, uh, you know, easily find swing highs, swing lows, some support and resistance, and that's what I thought you guys might get a kick of. Now, if you want to use it as a strategy, you can, and for me it would be buying or selling some support. So trying to find a range. What is a 4-hour euro? Man, look at that euro. Um, a 4-hour euro chart, and maybe you buy some support. This is probably not the best chart to show, but if you see a lot of blue lines, you can buy some of that support. You know, call it catch the falling knife, but you have a really tight stop, so you can get stopped out for 5 pips, let's say, but your upside could be 20 pips. So that's a strategy, and certainly a breakout strategy as well. So like on this recent breakout of this previous swing high, when it closed above, put your to make sure that this is a real breakout. It'll come back and test that line, and you can give yourself that you put your buy order where that red line is, and give yourself some pips to the downside, and then let it continue on. That's a 4-hour chart. This is a bizarre example to be using because the euro's just gone nuts. So it's probably not the best one to give an example on, but I think you get what I'm I'm talking about here, and it shows, it shows the like there's a nice example. Whoops, let me turn that off. So you can see it. If you can't see that already, like if that doesn't kind of jump out to you, then this certainly paints the picture a little clearer. You can see this kind of range. You can see this range of highs and lows. What, 225 pips, I should say. This is a 5 decimal broker, so that's 25 pip range. So you can bounce around if you're so inclined to use this as a strategy on its own. Sell when it gets to the red line, buy when it gets to the blue line, back and forth, and then it narrows in tighter and tighter. But once it breaks, that's when you might want to buy. So not to give you such a half-ass explanation of a strategy, but I know a lot of people expect it. Indicator equals strategy all the time, and that's not what this was meant to be. It was just to use this as a show some support here, show some resistance, show a range, that kind of thing. So hopefully you can use it, and using swing highs and swing lows as exits. So when you get in, you can say, okay, well, there's a lot of support, a lot of resistance. I'm going to get out around there. Maybe a little bit in front of that support and resistance, and this indicator shows you that pretty clearly. So that's kind of what it was used for. The next item is Dave's 21 Trading Systems. I've been getting not a lot of feedback because not many people, not everybody bought it naturally, and that's fine. But the people who have been going on about it, that they really like Dave, and that makes sense. I like Dave too. He's a good guy, and he knows what he's talking about, and he gives a damn, and that in itself kind of separates him from the crowd. And so I'm glad that the people who have got on board with Dave are loving it, and that's very cool, and I love to hear that kind of positive feedback, because I back Dave 100%. He's a good guy, so good for Dave, and good for those who have joined him. He's put a new video up on his site. I think it's kind of worth watching. I'll put the link below this video if you want to have a look at that. It's certainly worth the watch. And I don't know, there just seems to be a lot of crap being sold. I see, everybody's on the email lists, and they're everywhere. So, and I don't know, a lot of those guys, they just give no support, and that sucks. And and Dave does. So if you're looking for something, then and I'm going to be giving other free strategies away as well. So keep checking out the blog for those. But Dave will take that time and go through and put together a trading plan for you and stuff, and then that's very cool stuff. That is really cool.